Here, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Welcome to another recruiting episode. Yes, I am recording this on Valentine's Day. That's how much you know. That's how you know I love recruiting so much. That's why I always come back and play this game, man. Just for this. We're starting a list screen because if you haven't seen the last episode, click the icon at the top right. We said goodbye to our seniors already, so we're gonna start the episode off with this screen, man. So we're gonna advance to week 1, but before we do that, we're gonna show off the current targets here. Things we need are really just center, free safety, and kicker. Have a lot of centers on our board, but they're all of the 2-star quality. So hopefully in low lock we can get like a 3-star or something like that. I also need to low lock if we open the team up here again. I need a low lock, maybe a 3-star free safety and a 3-star kicker. Maybe, shoot, like, I don't know. I might be too hopeful trying to get another 4-star because right now we currently have 2 4-stars and 2 5-stars. But I'd love to have another 4-star if possible. But beggars cannot be choosers in this world. So as expected, no prospects are coming in for week 1. That's perfectly normal, as that just gives us, more opportunities to focus on, low locking here. I thought that was a 5-star that we could potentially low lock, but that's a 3-star wide receiver from Arizona, which we don't need wide receivers at the moment. We're going to go over and skip over straight to punters and kickers. Now, if we don't end up getting a kicker or a punter out of this offseason, I'm just going to move over one of those guys, to actual kicker and go from there. But now we're going into the actual kickers. Oh, we got a couple red arrows here for, this A. This A turns into an A-. This B+ is valid. Okay, so these guys are the same level. They're both from Texas. Both the same. The main things I'm looking for are kick power. I'm trying to get to the A+ range. As we get an A- guy from California. Nice. And then now we're in the 2-star range. Thankfully, nobody has committed over there. We go over to free safety. We're looking to low lock up free safety here. Hopefully, the 3-star quality. As you can see here, we got one already, but we don't get another one, so we're just going to move over. Finally, to the center. See if we can get a 3-star center. We cannot. All right, so here are 3 names to watch out for in low lock in particular. I'm going to low lock some more guys, but I want you to pay attention to Fred Shelton, Peter Henderson, and then our California guy is, John Kilpatrick. So hopefully we can get one of these 3 guys to commit, because what that will allow me to do is move one of the punters over to kicker and then redshirt one of these 3 freshmen. I believe the Texas guys are also freshmen along with John Kirkpatrick. Yes, they are. So that's the strat going in, moving forward. I'm gonna low lock some more guys, and I'll see you guys once week 2 is done. So after week 2 of low locking, so we got to start off with Steven Johnson from Oxnard, California, because this is a 6'1", 188 strong safety, not a free safety, but a safety nevertheless. He runs a 4.55, A+ field awareness, 36.3-inch vert, D+ hands, but 305 bench, 470 squat, average potential, average discipline. And then we also got 2 centers. The first one being Nathan Robinson from Redding, California, 6'4", 267, 380 bench, 555 squat, average potential, average discipline. The other one is Reggie Wallace from Irvine, California, 6'5", 294, 370 bench, 535 squat, average potential for discipline. So again, we're going to figure out if we got the kicker this week, which I can check right now. We kickers. It looks like we got 2 of them. Did we get a third? No. We did not get the kicker from California, but these 2 Texas ones are here. This one is pretty set on going to A&M, it looks like, but this one we have a more realistic shot. However, I'm going to shoot my shot at both of them, and we'll see where things end up after week 3. So week 3, we got a total of 6 recruits, so we're going to go through this very quickly here. Justin Baker is a 2-star corner from Corona, California, 6'1", 200 pounds exactly. Was a 4.51, A+ field awareness, 38.6 inch vert, D+ hands, 240 bench, a 385 squat, average potential, good discipline. Next, we got Michael Brown, a 2-star athlete from Chinle, Arizona, 6'2", 181, runs a 4.43, A+ field awareness, 38.6 inch vert, D- hands, 325 bench, 415 squat, good potential, average discipline. Player number 3, Dan Brown from La Puente, California, 6'3", 293-pound guard, 500 on the bench, 570 on the squat, average potential, good discipline. Then we have Terrence Gordon from Daly City, California, 6'4", 277-pound defensive tackle, 430 bench, 570 squat, good potential, good discipline. The second to last player on this list, Derek Jackson from Arcadia, California, 6'1", 250-pound tight end, runs a 4.43, C+ field awareness, 41.6 inch vert, B hands, 340 bench, 445 squat, average potential, good discipline. And last but certainly not least is Justin Tucker, not the kicker for the Ravens, but a guard from Modesto, California at 6'1", 284, 405 bench, 655 squat, average potential, average discipline. So we did not get a kicker this week, although we could potentially get a kicker. Sometimes in week 4 you'll get some of the other guys to come over, but that's not the case for kicker. We did not see the kicker from California come over this week as well as the previous week. Let's take a look at Peter Henderson here. Not interested in playing time, but Fred Shelton was interested in some playing time. We moved number 2 on his list to Baylor, so it's looking like we're going to get Fred Shelton, most likely. But we're not going to give up on Peter Henderson either. Getting both kickers would be great, but I want to at least secure this Fred Shelton guy for sure. Week 4 is in the books, and we finally got the kicker that we low-locked. Yes, Fred Shelton from Galena Park, Texas, has B+ kick power with C- accuracy, average potential, average discipline. We're going to redshirt him and move one of our punters over to kicker, and hopefully he'll grow into a solid leg for us. Adam Tyson was another one of those low-lock guys from Ardent Arcade, California, a 6'5", 315-pound tackle, benches 440 and squats 620 with good potential, good discipline. And then Jordan Allen was another one. Yeah, because we didn't have a 2-star defensive end until we locked Jordan Allen. Santa Ana, California, 6'4", 220 pounds, 370 bench, 535 squat, good potential, good discipline. And then the rest of our board looks like this. The other kicker, Peter Henderson, we're still in the hunt for him, but we also got a couple middle linebackers and a couple defensive tackles that we can land. Hopefully we get all 5 of these guys. We'll see. All right, so this is pretty interesting week 5 right here. First, we're going to go over John Cantrell from the Pinnery, Colorado, a 3-star middle linebacker, 6'4", 241. Runs a 4.55, A+ field awareness, 34.5 inch vert, C hands, 340 bench, 585 squat, average potential, good discipline. We ended up getting the other kicker, which was hilarious because I was just like, you know what? We still have a 5-star academic rating. Maybe he goes just into academics, and boom, positive pitch, and we landed it. A- kick power, C- kick accuracy, average potential, core discipline. This was the guy that I wanted over other Texas kicker, and now we got both of them, which is fantastic. Rodney Holmes from Golden, Colorado, a 6'2", 292-pound defensive tackle, 405 bench, 570 squat, good potential average discipline. Dwight Johnson from Goodyear, Arizona, 6'3", 294-pound center, 405 bench, 640 squat, average potential, core discipline. And that was our class. So in terms of breaking into other classes, as you can see, Stanford gets the #1 overall class nation somehow, some way. Boston College is in the top 15, top 25. We are number 25, to be exact. So we got 2 5 stars, 2 4 stars, 4 3 stars, 12 2 stars to make our grand total of 20 commitments to Phoenix, Arizona. Antelopes. We have 20 new Antelopes on campus. I believe we have 1 athlete. Let me see. Yeah, we have 1 athlete. 68 overall. He could be a 72 overall wide receiver. Could be a 70 overall corner or outside linebacker. That is super interesting. We'll put him at free safety for now. See how he stacks up. Yeah, see, we need to keep this out. So what I'm gonna do is, who can play free? John Haas or John? 68. That's a big drop off. 65. 76 to 68. That's almost 10. That's almost 10. Whereas this is 7. So that's a 7 drop off. And this was 8. So I think Jeremy Green will move him over to free. That way we can redshirt Steven. And then redshirt Michael Brown. That corner. Are we gonna move anybody to wide receiver? Oh, I should move. What's it called? Wait a minute. Let's take a look at these kick powers. 84 and 82 as freshmen. That's nice. That's nice, actually. I'm gonna cut Cornelius Kirkpatrick because I need all the speed I can get on kickoffs and stuff like that. So we're gonna have Rory Jenkins be punting. We're gonna have Henderson as the starting kicker with Fred Shelton being redshirted. That's fine. Do we have any of these guys that can move over? David Clark could move over to wide receiver if he wants to. He would be a 78 wide receiver. Very nice. And then in exchange, we're going to have Dale Justice, I believe. Yeah, because all of these are 50s. I want Dale Justice. Dale Justice, 62. Because look at his tackle rating, right? I look at the tackle rating for Dale Justice, 62 tackle. These guys, all these other guys are 52s. The only other 62 is Walter Taylor, which is C. So, hopefully the Dale Justice experiment works. It should. I had this epiphany when moving Brett Sutton over there. Ended up being very great. Going to cut Robert Ridgeway, that's fine. As you can see, our total number is 77, so we're going to have to cut 7 guys from this roster. And we're back to square one. So now, we just have to figure out spring training and see if all these moves pay off. Oh, Dale Justice plus 14. That's huge. Jeremy Green went to 7. That's nice. Tony Johnson went up 6. But I don't want him to start, though. I want Osei to start. So that's kind of unfortunate. But, we're going to have Osei start. And then we're going to have Sherman. We're going to cut Robert Widgeway. Then we're going to cut... I can't redshirt Colbert. He wants to start. That's the thing. You know what? But I will cut. I will cut Adam Lane and Ryan Roberts. They didn't go at all. Adam Lane had some decent catches in season 1, but I mean he wasn't gonna last forever. Okay, Corey Bates. Do I cut Corey Bates also? Yeah, I have to, yeah. I have to, yeah. Because we run 5 wide, and then we're going to have David White be the 6. So, Corey Bates isn't going to see the field. We're also going to cut Taylor Moore. So that leaves how many left? How many left? We have 1. We can cut 1 more. So, yeah. It would be Justin Tucker that gets the last cut. Yeah, so I kind of goofed in, it's not a major goof, right? Because what did I say earlier? I said I would cut Kirkpatrick based on the speed, and that didn't happen. I ended up kicking out the guard. Now, to be fair, he was a 62 overall freshman. Justin Tucker was, not the kicker from the Ravens, obviously, but that was the name of the 62 overall guard that was sitting over here. But regardless, we're going to redshirt only 2 freshmen instead of 3 now, which is perfectly fine. I have no problem recruiting another guard, but I noticed that during the depth chart, like when making the depth chart, I found that we might need another tackle as well. And that's because this Adam Tyson guy, 6'5", 315-pound freshman of a right tackle, has 78 catching. On top of the 80 pass blocking and 80 run blocking, he's also has 78 catching, 80 acceleration, 76 speed. Like, you want to talk about a blocking tight end with hands? This is our guy. So my logic is, we can still redshirt him and stuff like that too. He doesn't have any crazy player promise, right? Which I'll get into those in a bit. But my plan is to redshirt Adam Tyson, move him over to tight end over here. So either, I'm probably going to cut either Aaron Beverly or Derek. I'll probably cut Derek Jackson. Dude's short. He has the 250, but it's just another Wilton Hale experiment all over again. I might even move him to wide receiver because he has 88 speed, which is not bad. What is his catching like? 68 on the catching. Yeah. He could be better suited for a wide receiver. When it's time to push comes to shove, because we have 2 seniors on this team in Frank Michaels and Mike Stevens. So player promises, I had to double check and make sure that Austin Smith was starting over Justin Fernandez. I'm not saying Justin Fernandez is bad, but we need to keep the promise so he doesn't transfer anywhere, anything crazy like that. Dale Justice, even though with the position change, he's still rocking a number 68. That's fine. Again, Tony Johnson is going to be backing up Charles Osei, so we're going to keep that promise for sure. Odell Cox, I got to make sure he wears number 42. And Marlon Colbert is going to be starting for sure because, Aaron Wagner didn't really do that much in wide receiver 1, so I just threw Colbert on that side of the field. So when we look at the depth chart for wide receivers, it's going to look a little bit like this. So we're going to keep Jeff Long in that wide receiver 2 spot. He did very well there, so no need for him to go change that up. We're going to put Marlon Colbert opposite side of him. So we have two 6'5", 195-pound wide receivers there. We got Frank Michaels in the slot. That's going to be absolutely insane. David Clark, the guy that was a former cornerback, now a wide receiver. Mike Stevens, I felt like he did very well in wide receiver 5, catching the bubble screen, so he's going to stay there. That's totally fine. And we got David Bodiford, filling in for what Brandon Jensen left behind. So, 42. I almost said 43. That would have been bad. We're going to give Odell Cox number 42. And then we're going to do the summer training right after. Looks like Chauncey Mason is already rocking that number. So, I'm perfectly fine with Chauncey Mason not having that number and giving it to somebody else. Odell Cox. So, and then we're going to set the rest of these. Double check. I can always double check through this screen right here. So, yep. Odell Cox, 42. Right? Yep. Perfect. So, I'll show you guys the summer training results in just a bit. So first player is going to be Mark Howard. Now Mark Howard is the backup fullback behind Brian Jenkins. What I really like about this guy is that he has the 84 speed as opposed to the Jenkins having only 78 speed. So I want to boost his other attributes as well while we're here. And not getting. I mean, we could just bump the carrying up to 70. Keep the 76 break tackle, 78 agility, get him to a 65 overall. That's what we do right now. So I forgot to mention this, but I did the very first drill was rushing attack for Mark Howard. So now we're gonna go into passing skeleton, and I picked Charles Osei for this one. He's going to be a 94 overall quarterback going into this season. 88 throw power, 87 throw accuracy, 88 awareness. Yeah, that's what we're gonna rock with before we head to the next drill. So for the 40-yard dash, had a couple of players to mess around with, but I chose with Matthew Thompson because he has 98 acceleration. I need to complement this with 94 speed. That will get him to an 89 overall. He's definitely a speed back for sure. We improved his carry last season, so I figured that the speed upgrade would be just what we need, especially once we run we're gonna start running more like slip screens and halfback screens of those things. So we really need that top speed, in order to take advantage of Matthew Thompson in the open field. We got our first 5-pointer of the day. Austin Smith in rush the QB got all 5 skill points. So this is going to be an interesting spread we're going to do here. It's definitely going to be agility for the first 2. Why don't we put agility to 82? And then, so yeah, I kind of like this spread actually. Doesn't really matter where the other screens go, but 82 agility, 85 strength, 85 acceleration for Austin Smith. He's now up to a 76 overall. Our second 5-pointer on the day is Jeff Long for kick return. He was an All-American kick returner, second team. So I wanted to boost his attributes on that as much as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and I could get him to 90 overall, actually, with a 56 carry to boot. That would be, for a wide receiver, that's not bad. So we didn't get 3 in a row for the 5-pointers, but we got 4 for Marlon Colbert, our freshman wide receiver that wanted to start alongside Jeff Long. We're going to give all 4 of the points to awareness. So his awareness is now a 70 overall with the 78 catching and 88 agility. That's, he's only going to get better from here, folks. He's only going to get better from here. So I'm happy that Marlon Colbert is, I think he's the same overall as Aaron Wagner was as a senior. So that's good to know. That's good. That's good to know. Our third 5-pointer of the day goes to Steven Dunlap for chase and tackle. We could go something like this: 86 tackle. I could go more. You know what? I could put all 5 and make him an 86 overall. That's what I'm gonna do. 88 tackle, 87 excel, 85 agility. This guy's going to be a monster, filling what Cedric Roth left behind. While we love Cedric Roth for what he did as a defensive captain, he doesn't possess the speed that Steven Dunlap has. And him, alongside Herman Burgess now on the outside linebacker room, is going to be a threat. A threat. Now our fourth 5-pointer on the day for defending the option is Dale Justice, a wide receiver turned cornerback. So we're going to try, let's see, we got this going on. We got this for tackling. And then let's boost the awareness to 82. Or no, we can go 70 tackle, 80 awareness, 89 speed as a corner. So he's going to be our nickel guy behind Lamont Watson and Ronnie Adams. Our last summer training of the day goes to Greg Pierce for the Oklahoma drill on the defensive side. Didn't do the offensive side, didn't feel like it was needed. We only got 3 points out of it though, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on awareness. So that will be 80 tackles, 74 awareness, 70 strength. So he's going to be filling in for what Aaron Thompson left behind, so hopefully he'll do a good job of that. And now we're going to go over to redshirt players. So the first one is going to be Travis Holman. I don't think he's going to see the field anytime soon. If we get another quarterback, if we can get another quarterback somehow, some way, he's going to get cut for sure. Again, I just don't see him playing anytime soon. I don't even see Daniel Keister playing anytime soon. I don't even remember recruiting him 2 off seasons ago. So he might get cut as well. Halfbacks, don't really need to redshirt those. That's our limit for that. Wide receivers, can't redshirt anybody here. In a perfect world, I would redshirt Marlon Colbert if he didn't have a promise, but he had one, so I'm going to honor it. Nobody in the tight end room. However, I am going to redshirt this Tyson guy here and maybe move him over into the tight end room next season. So that's going to be interesting to see. He's going to be so Adam Tice is going to be what Dale Justice was last season. So that's going to be a lot of fun. In the guard room, again, it could have been 3 guys here, but we're just going to redshirt these 2 right here. Ryan Johnson, who we got from in-season, and then Dan Brown that we got in off-season. These 2 guys are going to be redshirted. Center, I'm not sure who I want This is tough. I don't know who to redshirt here. Definitely Dwight Johnson, because if we don't get a guard or a tackle, I could just move him over, and hopefully he'll be better there. Actually, he's Nathan Robinson is undersized, so I'm going to redshirt him, and hopefully he can get his weight up. Defensive end, we got 1 guy here. That's Jordan Allen. 62 overall to start. It's pretty low, but it's depth in that position. That's all we need right now is depth, because it's very hard to find defensive ends and defensive tackles, which is why I'm seeing these 62 overall Terrence Gordon, Rodney Holmes people sitting down here. It is what it is, right? Again, it's very hard to find defensive ends and defensive tackles in this game, so you get what you can. Odell Cox had a player promise of wearing number 42, so I can redshirt him, no problem. In the middle linebacker room, I'm going to redshirt John Cantrell. Steve Valentine, Derek Wilson, I'm just going to let them graduate. I could redshirt one of them, but no need. I'll just find my own middle linebackers in season recruiting board. Corners is just going to be Justin Baker. I might end up cutting him. Who knows? Because Marcus Brown and Justin Baker, they're not meant to be wide receivers. I can't move them over to wide receiver. We have 3 safeties in each for free safety and strong, so I'm going to redshirt the 2 freshmen down here. What's interesting about having 3 strong safeties is, like, you know, next season, in theory, I've been thinking about this, like, I could theoretically play Nick Bell and John Haas and turn it into a 3-3-5 next season for a defense. So that's going to be something I'll consider moving forward. And then kicking, I think it was Pete Henderson that had the kick power, right? No, it was Fred Shelton, actually. So I'm going to redshirt Fred Shelton, and we're going to have Peter Henderson there. And then punters, I'm probably going to have Rory Jenkins. I'm definitely cutting Kirkpatrick. But I think because of the 68 speed, we're going to have him stick around and ride out his senior year. And then that way we can redshirt Henderson. But I'm going to hop in the shower before I do the schedule for the season. So this is the strongest schedule I could possibly come up with, along while, still having... there's one game at the very bottom that's like, I'm not changing it no matter what. I tried to put it in week 6 and I couldn't. I'll explain later. But look at this first half of the schedule, man. We got home Stanford, then at Michigan. Because, put it this way, okay? But actually, before I even talk about the Michigan game, okay? Home Stanford, like what we did in the preseason, like we did in the introduction video, that's going to be hype. Because this team has come a long way from that preseason game. So playing them again at T'Challa Turf, just like the very first episode of this Dynasty, it's going to be a fun time. And it's going to be a doubleheader when going to the big house at Michigan, because Alabama won. Makes sense. Ohio State makes sense, because they were both in the national championship. But number 3 Michigan, especially if I'm pretty sure Rich Rodriguez is still there. If Rich Rodriguez is still there and Michigan's number 3, we gotta expose them at their place, man. That's just wrong. So that's why I scheduled that game there. Then at the turf, Boise State, so at the blue turf. Then a home game versus Utah. Then the bye week, and then we get to the parts that make it a C+ schedule, starting with at Louisiana Tech, then home Idaho, at Nevada, at San Jose State, Fresno State, New Mexico State, Hawaii. Hopefully those are all going to be. Hopefully this 3-game stretch is where recruits come in and stuff like that. Might even have some recruits, visit for the Idaho game. See, and then obviously Charles Osei's. Going to be going back to Waco and get revenge against Baylor. That's going to be a crazy game because, like I said, Charles Osei goes back to the team that he transferred from. So we're going to do the same thing next season for 2013. So it's Nick Bell for USC and then Matthew Thompson, Cal. So I got to remember those for the next season. But now we're going to go into preseason recruiting here. We're going to be looking for offensive linemen. So we have 9 needs. So yeah, there's a lot of seniors in this class, this season. Most of them are from the offensive line. Particularly for starters, a lot of senior starters on the offensive line, but we managed to get some backups in the previous season, so hopefully they'll grow and mature. Actually, one of the needs here says tackle. We're gonna move one of them to tight end, so we really need 2 more tackles, to be quite honest with you. But 9 needs total, with a possible 15 scholarships at hand. Enough talking. Let's go see what our board looks like, man. I could sit here all day and theorize, but we won't really truly know until we find out right here. Our wide receiver looks really good. Oh, it's the Oklahoma guy that's super interested, but not the Colorado guy. That's super interesting. Halfback, we have no shot at that. But quarterback, yes. Oklahoma, this is a surprise pick, but we'll take it. He has his 3 all set. Might go back to that. Only 2 here. So we could have a shot at the halfback here, middle linebacker. Highly doubt it. But this Oregon guy, so we might get some new pipelines coming soon, man. I'm not sure. I think Oregon, we have 1 player, so I don't think another Oregon will help. You never know. Jerome Green, not filling us. Same with Ryan Golden. Okay. Chris Thomas, however, only has 2, so we'll go here. Defensive tackle, we're in the top 3 to start. Let's go. Will King, a tackle. Byron Ross, okay. Free safety, okay. And then tight end, perfect. That's a good board. This is a good board. I really like the Oklahoma guy, Robert Child. We don't have any Oklahoma players, so this would be the first one we get. A 6'5", 195 wide receiver, broken arrow, Oklahoma stat. We only have to fight with Oklahoma, it looks like, to start. But again, these measurables, I like these measurables a lot. So if we get them, we get them. And hopefully he has good potential and good discipline. How many points do I have for suspension? 81 points. Kobe. So that's how many points we get. This is what happens when you put the spread at 36% for discipline. You just have more discipline points left. This team interest bar is almost at half, so I want this down to a quarter. If that goes down to a quarter, I can bring the discipline bar down to 30%, and then and then just use the remaining points mostly on training and sprinkle in some recruiting as well. And let's take a look at what our ratings are going into this. So we're unranked to start, which sucks, but that's going to change very quickly, especially if we need Stanford to start. So next episode is going to be a doubleheader with Stanford and Michigan. Michigan's an A? Oh, so they're actually good. Oh shoot. We might have made the schedule a little too hard. Boise State is B-, B-. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. Anybody else? What is Baylor's B+ and B-. We're B+ and B. Okay, so we're on the come up. We are definitely on the come up for sure. Before I end the episode, I have one more thing to show you guys. And this is our Season 2 in-season recruiting board for the Coaching Carousel alternate universe for Coach Herb Edwards. In this universe, he's formerly a Grand Canyon University Antelope's head coach, and he's now an Oregon State head coach. So I simmed the first season. So in 2012, we finished 8-4. We won the Pac-10, and we won the Rose Bowl by beating a number 4 ranked Oklahoma with an 11-1 record. So very, very cool stuff. Every single game was simmed, and we got that result. So we're looking to build off of that here in 2013. But this is completely different from our Grand Canyon University board, as you can see here, as I go down the list, it's either the trench players or defense, with the exception of these tight ends right here, particularly this Robert Peterson out of Lancaster, Texas, 6'4", 255-pound, 3-star tight end. We can look at our team overview very quickly. The needs is on the right-hand side, the far right-hand side for you guys. We need 2 tackles and 1 defensive end. However, next season I will be having 2 very mediocre, not even mediocre, these guys are garbage, freshman tight ends. So I need a real tight end to be starting next season. If I can get both, what I can do is I can start Peterson and then redshirt this Thurman Manigat guy from Windsor, Canada, 6'6", 240. Hopefully I can get both of these tight ends. It's crazy how, I really want the tight ends more than the tackles. Because, when you're a good team in in-season recruiting can fix, if you don't happen to get the tackles. Even though it says that I need 2 of them. If I don't get any, when you're a good team, you can just fix that in, actual off-season recruiting. But, that's our board. I can show you guys very quickly what our, overalls and stuff like that are. We are a B+ overall, A- offense, a B- defense. Last season it was pretty much the same. I think it was B defense for us at Oregon State. So, we start the season ranked 14 in the nation. Last season we were obviously unranked, but then we climbed up to the top 25 going into the Rose Bowl, and then when we won that, it jumped us up quite a bit to 16 or 18 going into the off season, and now we're 14. So I'm excited to update you guys on this along with the actual Grand Canyon University Dynasty, man. It's been your boy Eli the Rebel. I'll catch you guys next week, man. Peace.